What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me right here at my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now, let's talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier Episode 1. So finally, this is the one I've been waiting for most of all. When they announced their slate of, the first part of Disney Plus shows that were coming out, this, Hawkeye, WandaVision, Loki, when they announced all those shows initially, this was the one I was most excited for because this one was the one that was most tied to the Captain America series. And the Captain America series is my favorite section of the MCU. In fact, Captain America Winter Soldier is probably my favorite MCU movie. I love Captain America Winter Soldier. I think it's one of the perfect movies in the MCU. And this feels very much like a continuation of that, very much set in that same world. And even though it's all set in the MCU, this is set in the same world as WandaVision, but this feels very much set in that corner of the world, if you'll say. So this one starts out with Bucky and Sam. They are in two different places in their lives. That they have no interactions with each other. Sam has decided that he does not want to take up the mantle of Captain America, and he essentially donates it to the Captain America Museum. And when he donates the shield to the Captain America Museum, and when they're dedicating that shield, he is present for that dedication, and so is Rhodey, War Machine. And first of all, I love it when they drop in these connective threads. But secondly, it was nice to understand that there are people out there that want to see him take up the mantle, and that he is the rightful owner of that mantle. And it definitely sets up where Sam is at the start of this movie, at the start of the series, and I'm sure that we're going to see an arc throughout the series that has him ultimately taking up that mantle. So, understanding now that he doesn't want it, eventually we're going to see a change in him where we're going to see him take it. I mean, I'm almost certain that's the route they're going to take. It opens with a great action sequence that involves Falcon, and he's working with the government to take out terrorists. And I'm pretty sure that this terrorist that they were fighting at the beginning, wasn't it the pirate from Captain America, the Winter Soldier, that took those hostages on the ship in the beginning of the movie, the one that eventually challenged Captain America to a fist fight, and Captain America just owns him? It's the same guy, right? Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm right, but I'm pretty sure that was the same guy. So he must have gotten out of prison and went back to his nefarious no-goodness. But I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. But either way, it was a great action sequence, and it really kind of showed just what Falcon was able to do, just how far he has come as an Avenger. And even having people referring to him and some random soldier sitting at a table, hey, it's the Avengers! That's the type of stuff that really, like I said, kind of ties it creates the universe. It creates a bigger universe while at the same time tying it together to everything else that has happened. So it's pretty great how they're able to do that in these series. Now, sorry about the background noise. My daughter's out there playing a video game. Now we know that Bucky is in a very different place. He's trying to make amends for his past. He's trying to live a normal civilian life, something that Steve never even tried to do. Well, here Bucky is trying to do that, and we definitely get to explore his guilt. He has a lot of guilt over the things that he's done in his life as the Winter Soldier. And we learn that there's actually somebody in his life that he killed that person's son when he was the Winter Soldier. Was it a little bit convenient? Yeah, I think it was a little bit convenient to have that person in his life. I don't know that it was narratively a choice that made that really worked for me, but it definitely helped to expand upon his guilt and help us understand his guilt. Like I said, I think it kind of shrunk the world a little bit, but it definitely helped us understand his guilt as well. She needs to turn that down. So, my biggest gripe with this first episode was that it didn't feel like it really went anywhere. At the end of the episode, both characters are essentially where they are at the beginning. Nothing really set their adventure into motion in this episode. We got some backstory with Sam and his family, understanding his relationship with his family. We got some backstory with Bucky. We saw Bucky go out on a date. We got some understanding as to Bucky's guilt and why and how he carries that guilt around. But there was no real advance of the narrative in this episode. It was basically just exposition that let us know where each character was. Now, to be clear, there's only so much you can do in 40 plus minutes, but it really just let us know where each character was at in their life. It dropped a bunch of MCU references, and it ended with a rather significant reveal with a U.S. agent who they are calling the new Captain America. But other than that, there was nothing like their adventure hasn't even started yet. We didn't get Zemo. We didn't get Sharon Carter. We didn't get Bucky and Sam together. They haven't even set off on the adventure yet. They are both still in their own comfortable place where they've been for some time. For months. You know, they even said that the blip was months ago. So that's my biggest gripe on this, was that come on. Come on, let's go. And I felt like it took its time to get to nowhere. Great action sequence at the beginning, some nice MCU ties, some interesting exposition, but for the most part, it took 40 plus minutes to go nowhere. So, next episode 2, really, for this series to keep on working, I mean, there's only 6 episodes. Already, I'm feeling the shortness of this series. There's only 5 episodes left, and they haven't even Bucky and Sam haven't even run into each other yet. Zemo hasn't even showed up yet. Already, I'm feeling time constraints. Already, I'm like, all right, come on, let's make something happen. We gotta have some fun here, and I'm feeling the short length of this season already. So they definitely need to, on episode 2, let's get this story going. Let's get this story going. We've got to see Bucky and Sam get together early in this episode. So that's kind of where I'm at on this. I didn't love it. I did not love episode 1, but I think episode 1 shows a lot of promise. If that makes any sense. I didn't love it. I didn't love the episode, but it sets the stage. It sets the stage for what could be a very good series. So that's my take on it, guys. What did you think of Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 1? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your take on it. While you're down there, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out a lot of content, and I want to make sure you're up to date with everything that I'm doing. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.